if it's not, it really should be, because a lot of what this boils down to is you've got a tremendous amount invested in these heifers. You know, like I talked about, they've got to last 5, maybe 6 years, have 5 or 6 calves just to recoup that cost of invested in them. And whatever comes after, you know, the 5th or 6th calf, that's the profit of the business. And so if you've got females that you're developing and they're dropping out of the herd after 3, 4 calves, those are money losers. And that's sometimes, I think that gets a little bit lost in the mix. Is you got this group of cows that does real well, and sometimes you don't realize that, well, there's some of them that are in the same herd that are money losers because they don't stick around. So what a lot of this really boils down to is coming up with that group of females that not only pays for themselves, but actually returns a profit to the business. I think a lot of producers feel that they breed fertility in their herd, and that generally isn't the case, which is kind of the point of this particular research, this data sets. Is, you know, at a population level, I don't know that we'll ever really have much impact on breeding fertility until some of the genetic markers come along. But we certainly can identify those individuals that are fertile and build a program around them. That's really what we wanted to identify, was look at the relationship between heifers that calve in that first 21-day period and those that calve later than that, and that positive relationship between the early calvers and longevity, productivity, and profitability. You can't ignore it. It's there, and it has a big impact on herd economics. The issue probably is more the fact that it's not just 1 or 2 genes that really controls fertility in a female. It's probably a whole mixture of genes, and it's going to take some time to sort out, well, which genes affect fertility and which genes can actually be manipulated to affect fertility. And we learned a little of that in plant breeding, that there are a whole lot of genes that may affect one trait or another, but only certain ones can we manipulate to actually get any response. And so it's a long process, and especially if, you know, there's a lot more variation in an animal than there is in a plant. And so sifting through all of this variation and trying to nail down, you know, what genes actually do have an impact on fertility, that could take a while.